For a while, people. Last one. Spring break. I'm stoked. I'm so excited. I didn't think I was excited, but I'm excited because I need a break, and sometimes we just need a break from things. Now, I'm not a huge advocate for saying a break from life, because to me, literally, a break from life would be death, because if you take a break from living, then you're not living, and so you're dead. And that's not okay with me, because I like living. Living is a good thing. But just a break from the norm. I'm excited to have a break from the norm. And I've said the word break probably about 12 times in the last 42 seconds. But that's what I want. I want to step aside from my daily routine and do something different. Something fun, something out of the ordinary, something that just needs to get done. Just a combination of those things where I don't have to worry about driving to school and preparing a lesson and disciplining students and all that normal teacher stuff that happens. I just want to stop for a while. And I think the students are ready for that too. They're getting to the point of the school year where they're like, okay, we've been around these people for a long time now, getting kind of sick of a few of them. I want to hang out more with a few of them. And it's just that kind of that limbo stage of what can I get away with? Who can I, spend time with? Who do I want to make feel insignificant? And all these emotions and behaviors and attitudes are being thrown around, and they want to step away. I definitely want to step away and just take a week to refresh, rejuvenate, get back in touch with my family, and just fulfill obligations that aren't real obligations, stuff that does need to get done, but just not on a scheduled time. That's exciting. That's what I'm excited for. That's what I'm excited about. Excitement. There's another word for the night. Breaks and excitement. Breaks are exciting. And I'm on one. And that's all I really have to say about it. But taking away that theme, that's our theme for this video, is a break. Now, there's a word that gets thrown around a lot in our society, and it's adulting. People take the word adult, which is a noun, a person that is above the age of 18 in the United States, and they turn it into a verb. They turn it into something that means the act of being an adult, which is ludicrous to me. I think it's a dumb word. I don't agree with it. I don't use it. I don't like it. But it's a word that people use to describe stuff that they're responsible for, that they have to do. Which doesn't make sense. You cannot adult at something. You just live at something. That is now part of your life. So it is not a thing that you can stop. So why complain about adulting when that's really not what you're doing? You have grown up. You are now an adult. That is just your set of responsibilities. Now, there is a word that relates to that, and it's called kidding. And people say just kidding all the time. You take the noun a kid, which is less than 18, which is a child, and you apply the ending to it to make a word that now means acting like a kid. That's what kidding means. And that's why when people say just kidding, you're not to take them seriously. Which means kind of by the transitive property that we're not supposed to take kids seriously. And sometimes I don't. Excuse me. Sometimes I don't take kids seriously because you can't all the time. They are kids. They are children. They don't act and perform and behave like functioning members of society yet. But when they grow into adults, that is now who they are. It is not something they do. It is just who you are. It is your existence. And so to say that you are adulting or fed up with adulting because you had to go and pay the water bill this week is asinine. It's ridiculous. To compare it to something that, is the word kidding is meant to refer to someone or something that is not to be taken seriously. And to apply that same method of changing the word to adulting, which is something that absolutely should be taken seriously. And yet people, millennials in particular, and I can bash on them because I am one, technically, although I don't identify as one. We'll talk about identifying as a certain people group probably in another video, because I don't want to get too political. I don't want to get to the point where people feel as though I'm attacking them, because that's not the purpose of these videos. This is just me talking about my observations and my ideas on certain things. And tonight, that is breaks from adulting. And I've said that word too many times for me to feel like anyone that has any position or authority in speaking on the subject. But to apply the logic of just kidding to I don't want to adult today or I'm adulting today, you're not. You're past the point of being a kid to the where you can use the words just kidding. Because now you should be a person that's taken seriously. And when you use a word like adulting, it makes me want to do anything but take you seriously. So stop using it. Just stop. Because it's dumb. There, that's my opinion for the night. Adulting is dumb. Not the act of being an adult, but the word itself specifically. Inside quotation marks, adulting is dumb. The word. I can't clarify that enough. Being an adult is necessary. It is something you have to do. You don't get to just freeload and mooch and just sit by and benefit from the work of others for your whole life. That is why there are two different terms to describe a kid or a child and an adult. So when you become one, act like it. And don't expect things to be handed to you or given to you just because you did what was expected. As a kid, you earn rewards for doing what was expected because you're learning how to function as a member of society. But as an adult, it is expected that you already learned that and should now not be rewarded for it, but instead just, you did it. It's done. No trophies, no pats on the back, just that is what was expected, so that's what you did, and now that's it. And I did that now. I've done that in school. I've done what's expected of me up to this point, this Thursday, March 16th, 2017. And now I get a break. Not because I was working toward it. The break isn't a reward for doing what I was supposed to. It's just part of the schedule. It's part of what needs to be done or is being done as a result of the scheduling process. Not because I did anything specifically to earn it. I'm not being rewarded. I'm just given a break because there is one. The kids are being rewarded by not having to go to school. That's their reward for completing this much up to this point. But they're kids, so they still earn rewards. Adults, we earn promotions and raises and all these things, which I guess you could view as rewards, but a lot more is expected of you in order to get those. So do what's expected of you in the next week. Use this next week where I'm not talking at you and giving you advice, which I'm not trying to do. I'm not advising you to do anything, but use this week or whatever time you have, this next hour, this day, whatever it is, to do what's expected of you. Maybe it won't be fun, but life's not always fun. If it were, then you'd be a child still. And even for them, life is not always fun. I know, I'm a teacher. It's not my job to make it fun. It's my job to make it impactful and purposeful. So make your life impactful and purposeful. Go do something that's maybe a little bit outside the norm because you can, because you're an adult. Okay? I'm going to enjoy my spring break. I'm headed home. I'll see you on the 27th. Goodbye.